Wanna be Ryan the Great, and today we have some predictions for you guys, Survivor Series predictions, a Big Four PLE, and we have a pretty decent card here. Obviously this is the OG Bloodline versus the Bloodline 2.0 match is going to, I guess you could say, be the main talking point of the show. So really anything that does happen might be overshadowed. Because I don't think all the matches are predictable, but I think that I don't think anything will happen in these matches which will overshadow the Bloodline versus the Bloodline 2.0. That includes a possible Rock return or whatever. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Before we get right into it, guys, make sure you guys subscribe with the post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother Linda Great Vlogs. Make sure you guys subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the God Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on X on the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok at Ryan the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast, and make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch at Ryan the Great Podcast. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the video. Let's roll that intro. Hey, come on, Stotty. Stop! 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 Red Flag! First pitch! Bring him in! Yeah! Oh, damn. All right, let's go in the video. So starting off, we have our first match. This is a, 5-match card? Yeah. So we're going back to the 5-match format, unlike 6 at Crown Jewel. So first, LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. LA Knight defending the United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm going to take LA Knight to win this one. Now, will it be a clean victory? I'm not necessarily sure. Because of the fact that Shinsuke Nakamura is just returning and you don't want to bury him in his return and it looks like he's going to be pushed, it also doesn't make too much sense to have Nakamura lose in his first match back. So, or I guess you say his second match back because he beat Andrade on SmackDown, but you get my point. Like his first major match back, to have him lose, it doesn't really make that much sense. So I don't know if it will be a clean victory for LA Knight, but I doubt WWE wants to take the title off of LA Knight after fans begging for him to get a title reign in his after his popularity back in the summer of 2023. So it really, I don't think it would make that much sense to have LA Knight lose. Now, having a babyface chasing a championship, we really don't have that sort of, we really don't have that anymore in WWE. We had Cody Rhodes doing it for the last year, but we don't have a babyface chasing a championship, religiously. Obviously, you have Damian Priest play against Gunther, but we don't have that, so it could make sense for Nakamura to win. I just don't see it, so I'm going to take LA Knight to win. I don't know if the finish is going to be clean, though. Next, we have Braun Breaker defending the Intercontinental Championship against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. First off, I want to take Kaiser out of the equation. I don't think he's going to win. Gunther obviously saying to him, why don't you go make your own name as a singles star, has obviously lit a fire under him, but I don't see him winning the championship this early into his singles run. And Braun Breaker's championship run has been on the back burner, I feel like, of other major storylines on Raw. It's really just hasn't been anything of note. It feels like Bayley's run with the women's championship. So the run has really been on the back burner of pretty much everything. But this has a chance to steal the show and could possibly take Braun Breaker's reign to the next level, saying he does win, which I do believe he will win. Sheamus is at that point in his career where he is obviously going to be popular. He's obviously going to be on TV, but he doesn't need a championship at all. But I mean, he could win because the Intercontinental Championship is the one title that he has not won. I just can't see Sheamus winning and then Breaker just winning it again 2 weeks later or a month later, kind of what happened with Jey Uso. I just really can't see it happening. So I would say I'm going to take Braun Breaker to retain the championship, just because I don't think the other guys really either deserve it or really need it, and also Breaker's been getting a really good push as of late, so I just really can't see it happening. Nonetheless, we're going to move on here. Gunther defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Damian Priest. Now, this is the match where I feel like we're going to see some weaknesses of Gunther, because of the fact that I feel like we have been seeing it over the last couple of weeks or month, I guess you could say, with Gunther losing to Cody Rhodes. But this is going to have to be a match where Gunther is going to have to really dig down deep to retain his championship. Now, could there be an interference from Finn Balor to cost Damian Priest another championship shot? Yes, because I think that feud still has a lot of life, and we possibly could see a match at Main Event or maybe another headliner on Raw. I'm not necessarily sure. I would probably, at this current moment, say Main Event would be the place to book that match, or maybe the Royal Rumble. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, I do think we will see Gunther win this match. Obviously, they're not going to take the championship off of him. We know that's not going to happen. I feel like I'm just going to be talking about that for the next couple of months, that they're just not taking the title off of Gunther, no matter what anybody says. Damian Priest is obviously still has that feud with Finn Balor. That feud doesn't need the world championship. Not saying Gunther does need a championship to get over, since he's always on the headlines, but he definitely could. It definitely always helps, and he's been he's been a pretty good champion so far. And yeah, I think he will retain. Next, the Women's War Games match, which is Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley, taking on Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. This is a very, very random Women's War Games match. It's just a bunch of women thrown together. Obviously, Jade Cargill was taken out of this match because she was injured backstage. Now, I don't really know who. I don't really know who is right when it comes to Jade Cargill's injury, whether if she is injured or not injured. I just don't know. I'm just going to wait until every single source confirms what the problem is, or just until she comes back. She's off TV for a couple of months, then I don't know. But it really doesn't, to me, it doesn't make that much sense to have her getting injured on a backstage brawl, which is where people are mostly written off with injuries, just to have her not come back, or just to have her just to keep her off TV. It doesn't make that, the point of Cargill not, how do I rephrase this? Cargill got injured on a backstage brawl where most people are written off TV, and you're saying that she was not injured legitimately, and then she's just going to come back after a whole backstage brawl, and then WWE is kayfabe saying she sprained her MCL, she broke everything here. It doesn't make sense to have her get injured like that just to say she's not legitimately injured. So I know that was a little confusing, but that's kind of how I see it. I think she's legitimately injured is what I'm trying to say. But nonetheless, this match is just very random. I don't really understand the payoff to this. I guess the payoff is just going to be Rhea Ripley once again pinning Liv Morgan and getting a women's championship shot at the Royal Rumble or Main Event. I'm not sure. This really doesn't make that much sense. I don't see a payoff unless we could see a Tiffany Stratton cash in. I really hope we see a Tiffany Stratton cash in, because this whole thing with her just keep going and going and going with these tease cash in is really starting to piss me off. So that could be the payoff to this match. But Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley, it just doesn't make sense. I understand that Io Sky is going to be facing Liv Morgan for the championship whenever. But I don't really see the point of her being in this match. It just doesn't make sense to me. Bayley, I really don't understand why she's in this match either. I mean, I guess she has problems with Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and all that, but I just don't understand it. I just don't understand the names and the payoff to this. I just don't. But I am going to take Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley just to win. I don't really know. I guess just the baby faces are probably just going to win in this one, and we might see a cash in from Tiffany Stratton. I don't really know. I just don't understand the payoff. Nonetheless, we have the OG Bloodline versus the Bloodline 2.0 in the men's War Games match. This one is hard to predict. I feel like it's 50-50, but I'm going to take the OG Bloodline to win this one. I think that you need to get the OG Bloodline back on track because, they lost a six-man tag team match at Crown Jewel. Jacob Fatu beat Jey Uso last night on SmackDown. I feel like you need to get the OG Bloodline back on track, and you can't have them looking inferior to the Bloodline 2.0. Also, CM Punk's a part of this match. I forgot to mention that. He's part of the OG Bloodline team. But yeah, I think that making the Bloodline 2.0 look really, really good could maybe just not destroy, but minimize the credibility of the Bloodline, of the OG Bloodline, which is obviously what you don't want to do. So I would say you need to get them back on track. You've made the Bloodline 2.0 a very, very credible force to face the OG Bloodline, and you've done that already. So having them lose now would not be a problem. And I also could see a Rock return here. Possibly saying, doing the kill, whatever it is here, to all the Bloodline members and CM Punk. So I don't know. We'll have to see here. A Paul Heyman turn is also possible. I'm not denying that. I think when he wore the red at on SmackDown when he returned could be a sign because Solo wears red with his suits and all that, so that could be possible. I'm not denying. I'm not taking away any factors that could be put into this match. I don't see a Paul Heyman turn. I don't see it yet. I like him just returning, just to turn on Roman Reigns. I don't see it now. I can maybe see it later. I don't know. I just don't see it now. But I'm taking the OG Bloodline and CM Punk to win. But yeah, anyway, that'll do it for this video, guys. Make sure you subscribe with the post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother, Linda Gray Vlogs. Make sure to subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the Cog Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on X Ryan the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok at Ryan the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast. And make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch at Ryan the Great Podcast. And as always, Ryan the Great out. Peace.